Welcome back. It's Zoe and Kimmie, and we are here to do our reading for Gemini season. Not Gemini season, Cancer season.
Do you want to restart?
No, I'll fix it in the editing.
Okay.
All right, you want to go first?
I
Or do you want me to go first?
it's up to you.
I'll go first. All
Okay.
right. What do you need to release? Waning moon.
Oh.
This is perfect for Cancer season, right? We're talking about the water signs, and Kimmy and I already had conversations about the water signs and the depth, right? The depth of water. The the thing about the Cancer signs or the water signs in general are that they are not as flexible. They are fluid, but they are not flexible. Things can get caught in that water. Things can get caught in the deep water. So, entering Cancer season, really thinking about what do we need to release? What else do we have for Cancer season? Okay, one more card for Cancer season. Okay, so we start out the season really looking at what do we want to release, really figuring that out. And once we're able to figure that out, then we can take control of our minds with this Queen of Swords here, right? We can really begin to step into our power. And then we have the King of Wands here, so we can, I'm hearing, marshal our actions, really tap into our actions. I'm using the zombie tarot deck because there's something about Cancer. There's something about, for me, the feeling, the blood, the bones, the word that starts with a V. Um, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. Um, about
It's not
visceral, the
I thought
visceral.
you were going to say visceral.
Yeah,
Okay.
the visceral nature of Cancer. It's like this Cancer, we really need to get to literally what's in our blood, what's in our bones, what is that thing that's been living for so long, that tape that's been living for so long, that's kept us out of our royal energy because we do have the king and the queen here, right? So we take care of our thoughts, then we're able to take care of our actions. That's what I have so far. Kimmy, what do you have?
Well, and I mentioned to Zoe that I'm using a dog tarot deck. It's called Wise Dog Tarot. And it's got, and it has little bones and she's like, I gotta go get my zombie deck. Um, and let me ask what so I'm doing a reading based on what the animal spirits have to say about what to expect from this Cancer season. I will say, however, for me, just psychically, this Cancer season, I think it's about what to release, but I also think it's about taking it. I think that Cancer season is about, okay, usually like it's very internal. Like, what is it that we need to look at, whether that's release or build upon or whatnot. But if we're releasing now, then maybe in Leo season, we bring in the next big step to come. So whenever you're thinking about what to release, maybe in the latter half of Cancer season, think about what it is that you're looking to build and not even necessarily around family, but around your hopes and dreams. So not even money. If that coincides, if your hopes and dreams coincide with your ability and your capacity to make money, that's wonderful. But just from me, what I get intuitively is about halfway through the season, what is it that you would like to focus on that's been in your heart for a long time? So as Zoe's saying, like what's visceral, what's in your blood, what's in your bones, what is it that you're really drawn to do? Um, I think that's important to look at. For me, I think I'm going to go back into doing singing lessons or acting lessons or something like that. Um, because I'm just very drawn. I've been drawn to those things for a long time. I have a degree in theater, and that is what I've been feeling personally. But let me ask, okay, what do the animals have to say about this Cancer season? Okay, interesting. Well, that's very spot on. Okay, interesting, interesting. Um, so I got the Four of Cups inverted, and you see this little German Shepherd here. This deck is just so cool. And I also got Eight of Swords inverted. These are all inverted. Okay, and then I also got the Nine of Swords inverted. So where is it that you're really stuck? Where is it that you're really stuck? And what is holding you back and what is making you feel, I don't want to say necessarily depressed, but I want to say what is making you feel like there's something better that you could do with your time? And also, I think dream analysis is really important here. Also, dream protection. So it doesn't just have to be a dream catcher. It can be keeping like a piece of blue apatite in your nightstand, something like that, to help you kind of ward off bad dreams. But I think this is it is a time for introspection, but as Zoe said, it is also really a time for release as well. Dream journaling, journaling about your feelings in general, and then maybe even though we don't associate fire with Cancer because it's a water sign, maybe you burn, right? Like maybe you write down things that you no longer want to keep and you burn it. Or maybe you write down things that you no longer want to keep and you think about it and you release it. Like let's say when you're sitting in a bathtub and you're taking like a salt bath, right? And you're ruminating upon what you want to release. Maybe you take a stone and you hold it in your hand and then you throw it into a body of water, like to symbolize release. But it really is, when I look at this Four of Cups, it's not so much about depression, it's about what is uncomfortable. What do you just not need anymore because it's uncomfortable? And I think that's probably appearing in a lot of people's dreams. Also, Eight of Wands tells me that that is something that we're kind of putting ourselves in, even if it doesn't feel like we're putting ourselves in that position. Maybe that is the case that we are. And I think it's so funny because even though I'm looking at what animal spirits have to say in general, and I usually end up getting images of specific animals, uh, using the dog tarot deck, it doesn't just make me think about connecting with your own dog or cat, because the animals that live with us, they really are privy to all of our emotions, all of our feelings, all the things that we end up going through. Um, and so maybe spending more time with your animal that you live with, or if you don't have an animal, maybe going outside and spending more time in nature and connecting with animals that are outside. This would also be a great time if you are interested in any type of animal communication to learn about truly how to connect with animals on a soul level. And so I would highly suggest Ted Andrews' Animal Speak for anybody to read who's interested in that. So that I know that's a lot to unpack, but looking at what we want to build during the latter half of Cancer season, looking at what we want to release, but kind of holding on to that idea of what we want to release, really not just in the first half of the season, but all throughout the season, because that gets us to where we can also process maybe more of our emotions, take care of some of the bad dreams we're having, and maybe that opens our intuition up in a bigger, better way than before, and that's where the animal communication comes in.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. And I did pull a couple of ancestor cards to round us out. And as you were talking about the animals, so I got this focus on children when you first started talking, and when you were talking about Leo season. And we know Leo season has to do with childhood, the things of childhood. But what this made me think about when you were talking about the animal communication is I wonder if there is some sort of communication that can come through from a childhood pet that could be a guide at that time. And I'm like you, I'm thinking towards the end of Gemini season, like whatever this childhood thing is, leaving us more open to love as we get closer to Leo season. so then we can go with the flow and really enjoy, at least those of us who are on the Western Hemisphere, we can actually enjoy like that Leo season. We can enjoy that summer by the water, going with the flow and not doing so much striving when we get into Leo season, but really like enjoying. Wondering if you had any thoughts about the childhood pet.
I think because Cancer is a time to reflect on our very deep subconscious, that actually makes a tremendous amount of sense to me.
Hmm.
So maybe you get a picture of a childhood pet. Maybe you just think about them. Maybe you try to draw them, even if it's like a stick cat or something, and that you deeply connect with that animal and just ask them if they have any advice for you. And when you think about that, don't you think about them and concentrate on them. Don't overthink it. Just accept the message as it comes to you first. Like the first thing that they say, the first thing they convey, just believe it. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be this big elaborate thing. It doesn't have to be you questioning yourself because this isn't really a time to question yourself. This is really a time to release and look forward, right?
Hmm.
And Zoe, you're totally right. So those of us who will experience summer, right?
Hmm.
On the northern hemisphere, it's a wonderful time to go out and play and be in nature. And really, we all probably need to touch more grass than we do anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe, and I am often an advocate of like turning your phone off and not being around your phone so much. Maybe maybe a little bit of the opposite is true in that you actually try to get with some friends and family and spend time with them and then you turn your phone off after you're around each other, right? Like
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
you've
Yeah.
gotten
Yeah.
your crew together.
Yeah.
um
I like that.
but I do think this is a great time to really look at what we're dreaming about,
Hmm.
literally and metaphorically. Like what are we dreaming about? And like what are our goals? What are our next goals? What do we have to let go of to release goals?
Yes. And maybe
Or
it's
not
going,
to release burden, sorry.
well, again, going back to the childhood, like what was your childhood dream? Like,
Mhm.
oh, yes. I will leave that there. I will leave that there. Yeah.
I think that was great.
Yeah. Me too. Me too. Really good. Okay. Well, exciting. Come on, Cancer season. We love to see it. Kimmy, do you have anything coming up that people need to know about that you want to share?
So, well, this is kind of hilarious. And I'm not sure when this is going to, you're probably going to post this in the next day or two, right? Is
Yeah,
what
for
I'm
sure.
assuming.
Yeah.
So, well, I did not think about this. I promise you, I was not thinking about this at all whatsoever. I said this is a good time for animal communication. Well, it is,
Mhm.
because I'm hosting a Zoom only animal communication class. It is $30. It will be held on Saturday, the 20th of this
Okay,
month.
great. Okay.
So, and I really genuinely wasn't making, I was so like into what we were doing
Yeah.
and I don't always have
That's great.
idea object permanence because of ADHD.
Hmm.
Um, so I wasn't actually thinking that. So I guess it really doubly is a good time for animal communication. So if you'd like to
Yeah.
join, I will be hosting that through Zoom and anybody is welcome to join. You can go to
Great.
my website. It's Kimmie Halliburta Psychic. Um, and yeah, check it out. Check out my events.
Great. Sounds good. And we'll put the link to for folks to register in the show notes so people can have that too. All right. Well, that's it. We'll see y'all next month. All right. Bye.
Bye.
That's so good.